Good morning. I hope everyone is doing well, staying healthy, and doing what you can to help us move through this really challenging and trying time. Today's practice, I want to really focus on the breath, keeping the breath long and extended, deep, intense breaths to help us expand the capacity in our lungs, which in turn will help us to stay healthier, and if potentially we do get the virus, healthier lungs do better. I would invite you to grab a strap, and if you don't have a strap, just grab a hand towel that you kind of fold into a long, skinny way. You can grab blocks if you have them, or any blankets or anything that will just make you more comfortable as we practice today. And yoga is a different thing for everybody. But what I have found in my time practicing and teaching is that my practice has evolved from something that initially began as something more physical to something that is more peaceful, calm, and almost just a very slow moving meditation. For some people, they can actually sit and meditate, or when you come into Shavasana, that's a time for you to still the body and the mind, and some people find that very comforting. Those are hard for me, and so a really slow, deliberate practice connected to breath is what helps to calm my mind, my heart, and my soul the most. So we will begin today on our backs in Shavasana. So lying on the back, legs extended to the front of the mat, feet open as wide as the mat, arms reaching down the length of the body with the palms facing up, and the toes gently rolling out to the sides of the room. Lift your shoulders and gently tuck the shoulder blades a little bit closer to one another. And let whatever part of your body is touching the mat feel heavy, feel grounded. Feel the earth's gravity pulling you down to the mat. Bring the awareness to the breath, and we'll take a couple of natural breaths here. Just letting muscles relax here in Shavasana. Then taking a very deep inhale, filling the belly, feeling the chest and belly rise. And exhale, open the mouth, push all of the air out. Feel the body constrict here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, side out. 3 more breaths. Deep inhale through the nose. Gently bring the feet together, legs are still extended. Flex both feet and draw the left knee into the chest. Interlace the fingers below that left knee, or lift and place them behind that left thigh. Really press through both heels here, toes drawing back. Shoulder blades are pressing to the mat as you draw that knee back toward the chest. Maybe even opening the knee a little bit wider than the hip and drawing the knee back. Then holding on to the knee with your right hand, reach the left hand out with the palm up. Turn your gaze over the left fingertips as you draw your knee across the body to the right. Keeping that left shoulder firmly planted on the mat. If you'd like to extend your left leg here, you can extend the leg, deepening the stretch. Being gentle here on the spine, just moving until the stretch feels right for you. Taking one more breath here. Then slowly bringing the knee back to center. Holding onto the knee with your left hand, reaching the right hand out to the side with the palm up, and then letting that knee gently open to the left. Imagine you're standing on that right foot. This is a bent knee. Standing hand to big toe pose. You can turn your gaze over to the right if you'd like. Then bringing the knee back to center. We're turning the shin parallel to the front of the mat and holding onto that left foot with your right hand. You can cradle the knee in the crook of your left elbow and wrap the left arm around the shin. Or if this is not available to you, just simply bring the left hand under the middle of your shin here. We're just very gently drawing the leg back toward the chest. Keeping both feet flexed here. You can rotate gently through the hip if that feels right for your body. My hips are a little bit tighter, so I'm just going to be very gentle here. And then drawing the knee toward the chest, we'll take a half happy baby. So reaching your hand up, the arm will reach to the inside of that left knee. You can hold on to the outside of the foot, or you can turn and hold to the inside of the foot, or even hold the big toe with your peace fingers and thumb, wrapping a yogi toe lock here. Your right hand can come to that right hip point and just gently pressing down on the hip as you draw that knee back toward the armpit. Your right foot is flexed here, just a very nice stretch. Then we'll bend our right leg, bringing the sole of the right foot to the mat, and extend the left leg up toward the ceiling. Straightening through the leg, heel is pressing up, toes are pointing down towards your forehead. We'll hold here, just stretching. If you'd like to hold on to the back of your thigh, or even walk the hands gently up the leg. You can draw that leg gently back toward the back of your mat, but keeping the toes flexed and then drawing down. We'll take one more beautiful breath here. Then gently cross your left ankle over the middle of that right thigh, pressing the left knee forward gently with the peace fingers on your left hand. The foot is flexed here. You'll feel a nice stretch through this left hip. You can stay right here or lift your right leg off the mat, threading left arm through the space, right hand reaches around, interlacing below the knee or behind that thigh, and then gently drawing the right knee back toward the chest. Your left knee continues to press forward here. Low spine and shoulders are on the mat. This is supine pigeon pose, reclining pigeon. Just feeling that stretch through really the outside of that left hip, and then gently drawing knee to chest. We'll take one more beautiful breath here. And then gently release your right foot back to the mat. We'll extend the left leg up toward the ceiling, pointing the toe, interlacing hands behind the thigh. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, flex the foot, drawing knee to chest for some nerve gliding. Inhale, extend the leg, point through the toes. Exhale, flex the foot, knee to chest. Inhale, extend the leg and point. Exhale, flex the foot as you draw knee to chest. Inhale, extend and point. Exhale, flex and draw knee to chest. We'll do this one more time. Inhale, extend and point. And exhale, flex the foot as you draw the knee to chest. Interlace the hands below that knee and draw it to the chest one more time. And then extend both legs back to the front of the room. We'll bend the right knee and bring it into the chest. Interlacing hands below the knee or behind the thigh. Flexing both feet as you gently draw the knee back towards you. Maybe opening the knee a little bit wider than the hip here and drawing the knee back. Then bringing knee back to center, holding on with the left hand. Right hand reaches out with the palm facing up. Gaze turns to the right as we draw the knee across the body to the left. Right shoulder firmly on the mat. You can extend this right leg here for a little deeper stretch. If your toe is accessible with the left hand, you can take a reclining hand to big toe with the twist. One more beautiful breath here. And gently bend your knee, bring the knee back to center. Hold on to the knee with the right hand, left hand reaches out with the palm up, and we'll open the knee to the right. Firmly press out through both heels. Imagine that left foot is standing on the floor, all four corners, pressing into your mat. Your gaze can turn gently to the left if you'd like. Then bringing your leg back to center, we're bringing the shin parallel to the mat. So holding onto the foot with the left hand, right arm can reach around and cradle or come underneath that right shin. Just keeping the foot flexed here, shin parallel to the front of your mat, and just gently drawing that leg back towards you. Some people like to rotate gently through the hip here. Just do whatever feels right for you. Then we'll release the leg, grab onto the outside of the foot with the right hand, and gently let the sole of the foot come up toward the ceiling for that half happy baby. You're firmly pressing foot against hand as this right knee draws down toward the mat. Left hand can firmly press on the left hip bone and press through that left heel to the front of the room. This is very active. Shoulders are on the mat. Stay here for 2 more breaths. This is such a beautiful stretch. Then bending your left leg, bring the sole of the left foot to the mat and extend the right leg up toward the ceiling. Interlacing hands behind the thigh and then flexing the foot, drawing the toes down toward the forehead. Feeling that beautiful stretch for the back of the leg. Maybe you'd like to walk the hands up toward the calf and gently draw the leg back a little bit closer. But still staying connected to that breath. Linking breath to movement helps with that moving meditation. Then gently crossing the right ankle over the left thigh. Press the knee forward gently with the peace fingers of the right hand. You can stay here or gently lift the left leg off the mat, threading the arms around that left leg and gently drawing the leg back. Your right knee is gently pressing forward. This isn't a huge movement, but a very nice stretch. Low spine and shoulders stay pressing to the mat. Both feet are active and flexed. One more beautiful breath here. Then gently release your left foot back to the mat. Extend the right leg up toward the ceiling, pointing through the foot. Hands interlaced behind the thigh, and we'll take that inhale. Exhale, flex the foot, draw the knee gently to the chest. Inhale, extend the leg, pointing through the foot. Exhale, flex the foot, draw the knee to chest. Inhale, extend and point. Exhale, flex, knee to chest. 2 more full cycles. Inhale, extend and point. Exhale, flex the foot, drawing knee to chest. One last time, just our breath. Then draw the left knee to meet the right, holding both knees closely toward the chest. Opening the knees wider than the hips, drawing the knees back. Bringing knees back together, interlacing your hands behind the thighs. We'll begin to roll and come up onto those sitting bones, moving into boat pose. Shoulder blades draw back, shins are parallel to the mat, belly is drawing in. Option here to release your hands to the sides of the knees. Continually drawing shoulders back, belly in, making a beautiful V with the body. You can extend the legs if you like in your boat pose. One more breath. And bend the knees, draw them into the chest. Maybe wrapping your arms around the knees, giving the body a nice hug. Then coming back onto the sitting bones, hands interlaced behind the thighs, taking the torso back until the belly really engages, keeping the gaze forward, then lifting shins parallel to the mat. Shoulder blades are drawing back. You can stay here supported, or you can reach the fingertips forward. Option if you'd like to extend through the legs. You can open the arms here to the sides of the room. One more deep inhale where we are. And exhale, release. Hug your knees to your chest. Maybe take some organic movement here. Then we'll come to the front of the mat, moving into easy pose. I'll have you grab your towel and bring it in front of you. We'll cross the legs here in Sukhasana easy pose. Rock back and forth gently on those sitting bones. Hands resting on the knees, lengthening up through the spine. Shoulders are drawing back. If you reach behind the back, you almost feel a slight concavity in the spine. We'll take some median nerve gliding here. So arms will extend to the sides of the room with the palms facing forward. We'll draw the right fingertips back and the left fingertips will press forward. Keeping the arms extended here. Then we'll take our right ear to the right shoulder. Then lifting to center, we'll bring right fingertips forward and draw the left fingertips back, taking left ear to left shoulder. Coming to center, switching the direction of the hands, taking right ear to right shoulder. Coming to center with the inhale. Switching hands, taking left ear to left shoulder with the exhale. We'll go through this 2 more full cycles. Inhale, center. Exhale, switch the direction of the fingers, right ear to right shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, switch the fingertips, left ear to left shoulder. One more time. Inhale, center. Exhale, reverse the fingertips, right ear, right shoulder. Inhale, center. And exhale, reverse fingertips, left ear, left shoulder. Inhale, back to center. And exhale, release your hands, grabbing your towel in the right hand, reaching the arm overhead, and then bending the arm elbow tight to the head. Left arm reaches out and reaches behind, grabbing onto the strap or to the towel. We're moving into some Gomukhasana arms, cow face pose arms, and just gently extending here. Your left fingertips will gently crawl up the strap or the towel. Right hand stays, right elbow stays pressing up against the head. Keeping the spine long, keeping that slight concavity in the spine. We're just gently opening the shoulders here. One more full, beautiful breath. Then gently release the arms. Switch your legs, place the opposite shin in front, and grab the towel in the left hand, reaching it overhead. Arm bends, elbow in tight to the head. Right arm reaches out and then sweeps behind the back, holding on to the towel here. Gently inching your hands, your left fingertips, or your right fingertips up the towel or strap. Keeping that length in the spine. We're just gently opening the shoulders. Keep taking those deep belly breaths here. Even feeling the back body expand with the right hand as you're holding onto that towel or strap. Taking one more full breath. Then exhale and gently release your towel. Inhale, both arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, palms up. And exhale, open. Inhale, both arms overhead. Exhale, turning to the right, right fingertips behind you, left hand on the right knee. Inhale and lengthen. And exhale, gently turning through your middle spine. Inhale, pressing into fingertips, lengthening through the spine. And exhale, gently turn. One more full breath, using those fingertips to lengthen. Then inhaling back to center, arms overhead. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, both arms up. And exhale, open. Inhale, both arms overhead. Exhale, gently turning to the left. Left fingertips behind you, right fingertips on the left knee. Inhale, find length. And exhale, gently twist. 2 more breaths. Inhale back to center, arms overhead. And on the exhale, gently hinge forward. Let your fingertips find the mat. And then gently walk the hands forward. We're keeping both sitting bones firmly on the mat here. Forehead reaches down toward the floor. Let's take one breath here. Then gently walk the fingers over to the right, pressing that left sitting bone firmly to the mat, feeling that beautiful stretch through the left side of the body. Walking fingers through center and over to the left side of the mat, firmly pressing the right sitting bone in the mat, right side body stretch. Inhale, fingertips back to center. And exhale, walk the hands back toward the legs. Sweeping over into our tabletop position. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Firmly pressing into those palms, spreading the fingers wide, gazing on the mat in front of the fingertips, belly drawing in and up. Moving into cat-cow breath with your inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. Exhale, spine rounds, gaze comes down to thighs, really pressing the mat away. Inhale, belly drops, tailbone lifts, gaze comes forward. Exhale, spine rounds, gaze to thighs, pressing the mat away. 3 more full cycles. Last full cycle. Inhaling back to neutral tabletop and exhaling here. Hands walk forward, one hand print, shoulder distance apart, pointer fingers parallel and pointing to the front of the room. Inhale, toes turn under. And exhale, lift your hips, pressing back to downward dog. Keeping a nice deep bend in those knees. Maybe pedaling one heel at a time toward the back of your mat. Lifting up through the hips, melting the heart and chest, really pressing through both the front and back of the body. Let's inhale together. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, bend the knees and look forward. Exhale, step to the top of your mat. Half lift, hands to shins or thighs, spine extends, and fold forward. Crown of the head reaching to the mat. Inhale, reverse swan dive, arms reaching out and overhead. Exhale, bend the knees, sit back into your chair. Knees and thighs pressing together. Tailbone drawing down, belly drawing in. One more full breath, reaching through the fingertips. Inhale the arms overhead, straighten through the legs. And exhale, swan dive forward. Half lift. Fold forward. Inhale to plank, or drop the knees to half plank, and exhale here. Inhale slightly forward, drawing belly in and up. And exhale, lower, elbows in tight to the body. Inhale, tops of the feet to the mat, chest and heart reaches forward. And exhale, toes turn under. You can pass through tabletop or lift directly into downward dog. 3 breaths. Inhale, bend the knees and look forward. Exhale, step to the top of the mat. Half lift. And fold forward, crown of the head to the mat. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Spine extends, arms overhead. And exhale, bend the knees, sit back into your chair. Knees and thighs press together. Hands reaching kind of at an angle in front of you. One more breath here. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold forward. Half lift. Forward fold. Inhale, right foot back to runner's lunge. Exhale here, left knee over left ankle. Inhale, fingertips, gaze forward. And exhale, drop right knee and foot to the mat. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, sink into the hip. Inhale, lift and reach. Exhale, draw the elbows down. Inhale, the arms extend overhead. Exhale, arms stay as you sink into the hip. Inhale, reach and lift. Exhale, cactus arms, draw the elbows down, chest and heart open. One breath here, stay where you are with the arms. Inhale, palms overhead. Exhale, hands to the mat next to that left foot. We're taking it into some nerve gliding here. So with the inhale, we'll keep the gaze up here. And as we exhale, we'll shift back, straightening that left leg. Gaze comes down toward the knee. Inhale, coming back to that low lunge, gazing up. Exhale, rounding the spine, knee, forehead toward knee, shifting back and straightening left leg. Inhale, coming forward, gaze lifts. Exhale, straighten the left leg. Forehead comes to the knee. We'll take it through one more cycle. Inhale, coming forward, gaze lifts. And exhale, forehead to knee as we straighten that left leg, shifting back into that hip. We'll stay here in this Ardha Hanumanasana, walking hands back so they're under the shoulders. You can keep those left toes on the mat or draw them back. Just feeling that beautiful structure, the back of that left leg. You can begin to hinge forward here and let the forehead round down toward the knee. And then shifting your weight back into that left foot. Hands come to either side of the left foot. Turning the right toes under. We'll plant the hands and step it back to plank or drop knees to half plank. Inhale forward. And exhale, lower Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, tops of the feet to the mat, chest and heart forward. And exhale, turn the toes under. You can pass through tabletop and press it back, downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. Inhale, bend the knees and look forward. Exhale, step to the top of the mat. Half lift. And fold forward. Inhale the left foot back to runner's lunge. And exhale here. Inhale, tippy toes, gaze forward, not tippy toes, fingertips. And exhale, left knee and foot drop to the mat. Inhale the arms overhead for a low lunge, Anjaneyasana. And exhale, sink into the hip. Shoulders stay over hips as you inhale and lift. Exhale, sink, elbows draw down. Inhale, palms overhead, lifting slightly. Exhale, sink, arms stay lifted. Inhale, lift and extend. Exhale, cactus the arms, sink into the hip. One breath staying exactly where you are. Maybe sinking a little deeper. Inhale the palms up. Exhale, hands to the mat, framing that right foot. Inhale, lift the gaze here. And with the exhale, we'll straighten the right leg. Forehead comes down toward the knee. Inhale, shifting back forward, low lunge, gazing up. Exhale, straighten the leg, round forehead to knee. Inhale, back to low lunge, gazing forward. Exhale, rounding the spine, forehead to knee as you straighten the right leg. One more full cycle. Inhale, low lunge, gaze forward. And exhale, round, forehead to knee, straightening the leg. Then walking the hands back under the shoulders, We'll stay here in this half split. You can keep your right toes on the mat. You want hips to be parallel to the front of your mat. Or maybe if you'd like to draw those right toes back and then begin to hinge the torso over that right knee. It doesn't matter how far you fold, what you want to feel is that stretch through the back of the leg. Beautiful. Then bringing the weight back into that right foot, hands either side of the right foot, turning that left toes under with an inhale, gazing forward, and stepping it back to plank. Inhale slightly forward, and exhale, lower chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. And exhale, turn the toes under, lift the hips, downward dog. 2 breaths here. Inhale, bend the knees and look forward. And exhale, step to the top of the mat. Half lift. And fold forward. Reverse swan dive. Spine extends, arms overhead. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, palms up. And exhale, open. Inhale, both arms overhead. Exhale, hands, heart center. We're pressing into the left foot, coming up onto the ball of the right foot, and then opening right knee to the right for tree pose for Vrikshasana. Palms pressed together, left side of the body is active and strong. Heel is pressing against the low leg. You can stay right here, fixing that gaze in front of you, or lift your foot and actively place it either against that low leg or against your upper thigh. Avoid any direct pressure to the knee. Gazing forward, staying connected to the breath, pressing palms up. You can keep palms together, letting shoulders drop down, or maybe you want to open the arms, maybe bringing your thumb and your first finger together for a nice little mudra. Right knee continues to press open. Maybe your gaze comes slightly up. If this feels steady, you can close the eyes, which will definitely test the balance. Then bringing palms back together overhead, hands lowering to heart center. We'll release the right thigh in front of us, the foot is flexed. Option to straighten the leg here if you'd like, really focusing that gaze. Then bending the knee, we'll step back to high lunge. Shoulders coming over hips, front left knee over left ankle, reaching up through the fingertips here and sinking. One more breath, really pressing through that right heel. Then with the inhale, we'll straighten the left leg, and with the exhale, we'll open into our warrior 2 position. So your heel, your back foot is parallel to the back of the mat. Toes come in just gently. Left knee over left ankle, shoulders over hips. Reaching the arms front and back of the room, turning your gaze over the left fingertips and sinking here. Shoulders drop down. Belly draws in. Inhale, palms overhead, straighten the front leg. On the exhale, reverse warrior. Bend the front knee, right arm draws down the thigh, stretching and reaching through the left side of the body. Your gaze can move up to those left fingertips. Still keeping the front knee pressing open. Inhale, palms together overhead, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend the knee, warrior 2. 2 breaths. Inhale, palms together overhead, straighten the leg. Exhale, reverse warrior. Right hand draws down the thigh, left fingertips reaching and extending. One more breath. Inhale, palms together overhead. Exhale, bend the front knee, warrior two. One breath in. And exhale, left elbow to left thigh, right fingertips overhead, side angle pose. You want your right fingertips to come directly up from the shoulder. Gaze can come up to those right fingertips. Left elbow is strictly here to balance. Long extension through the right side of the body. You can take this right arm behind the back for a half rep. You can reach and do a full bind here. You can reach those fingertips to the front of the room. Whatever feels right for you. We'll take one more full breath here. Inhale where you are. And exhale, windmill, hands to the mat, runner's lunge, pivoting on the back foot. We'll plant the hands and step back to plank. Then moving into side plank, press into the center of your right hand. Roll over onto the knife edge of the right foot. And reach those left fingertips up toward the ceiling. Lifting the hips, shoulders and hips are stacked. You have the option here, if this doesn't feel right for your wrist, to lower down onto the forearm. You have the option to take any leg variation, so you can lift the leg, you can bring the leg into a tree leg, taking anything that feels right for you. And then when you're ready, gently releasing your left hand back to the mat, taking it through your vinyasa. Keeping those elbows in tight to the ribs as you lower through your chaturanga. Chest and heart lifting through cobra or upward dog. And then pressing it back to a child's pose. If you don't need a child's pose, you can stay in your downward facing dog. Just reconnecting with your breath. Then pressing it back up into downward facing dog. And melting the heart and chest. Toes are turning in slightly here. Heels are pressing toward the mat. Ears should be inside the upper arms. Neck and spine long and extended. Inhale, bend the knees and look forward. Exhale, step or float to the top of the mat. Half lift. And fold forward. Reverse swan dive, arms reaching out and overhead. Hands heart center. Moving into tree pose, vrikshasana. Pressing into the ball of that left foot, the right foot. All four corners of the right foot pressing into the mat. Coming up onto the ball of the left, and then opening left knee to the left. Right side of the body is active, shoulders are drawing back, palms firmly pressing, gaze forward. Option to lift the foot and press it against your low leg or against that upper thigh. Firmly press foot and leg together. This will help with your balance. Gazing forward. Option to reach those fingertips up. Option to keep the palms together as the shoulders gently drop away from the ears. Or to open the arms wide, maybe bringing first finger and thumb together, maybe taking gaze slightly up, and maybe closing the eyes. Staying connected to the breath. Palms coming together, hands lowering to heart center. Left thigh releasing forward, foot is flexed. You can straighten the left leg here. Then bend the knee and step it back to high lunge. Taking your time, right knee over ankle, shoulders over hips. Inhale the arms up. Then exhale, sink, pressing through that left heel. Belly draws in. Inhale, straighten the front leg. And on the exhale, we're opening into warrior two. Heels are aligned or heel to arch. Back toes coming in 1 inch. Shoulders over hips, gazing over right fingertips and sinking here. Belly draws in, tailbone draws down. Inhale the palms overhead, straighten the leg. Exhale, reverse warrior. Left hand draws down the thigh, right knee bends, reaching through the right side of the body. Inhale, palms together overhead. Exhale, bend the right knee, warrior two. 2 breaths. Front knee presses open, pressing through the back edge of the left foot. Inhale, palms together overhead. Exhale, reverse warrior. 1 full breath. Inhale, palms together overhead. Exhale, bend the right knee, warrior two. 1 breath in. Exhale, right elbow finds right thigh, left fingertips reaching here. So little pressures on this right arm that you could lift it and extend it. You can draw this left arm behind the back, drawing the left shoulder open for a half wrap. You can fully bind, you can take fingertips to the front of the room. Keep pressing through the back edge of that left foot. The front knee continues to press open. Stretching through the side body, 1 more full breath here. Then gently windmilling, hands to the mat, pivoting into runner's lunge. Planting the hands and stepping it back to plank. Pressing into the left palm, turning over onto the knife edge of the left foot. Right hand can stay on the hip or reach up toward the ceiling here for half, not half. Vasisthasana, side plank. You can take any arm variation you like. You can take any leg variation. And when you're ready, release the right hand back to plank. Take it through your vinyasa. Elbows staying tight to the body. Shoulders lower to the height of the elbows. You can hold that beautiful upward dog. And either press it back to downward dog or drop knees to the mat and take a child's pose. One more breath. Then lifting back into downward dog. This will be our final downward dog, so really extend and lift. Feet hip distance, toes turning in gently. Pressing equally through the feet and through the hands. Heels pressing toward the mat. Neck long and extended, ears in between those upper arms. You can still keep a nice deep bend in the knees to get a little more extension in the spine. Inhale, bend the knees and look forward. Exhale, step or float to the top of the mat. Half lift. And fold forward. Reverse swan dive. Arms reaching out and overhead. Hands heart center. 1 breath in, palms pressed together. And exhale, Tadasana. Grabbing our strap or our towel 1 more time. We're taking a quarter turn on the mat and separating the feet about 5 feet apart. Your feet should be parallel to each other. Reach the arms out. Your feet should be about underneath your wrists. Yes, under your wrists. Then taking the towel behind the back, if you can interlace palms here and draw shoulders back, you can release the towel. My shoulders are a little bit tight, so I'm going to use the towel. So our feet are parallel, toes can turn in just gently. Shoulders are over hips, shoulders drawing back, gazing forward. We'll take a nice deep breath here. And as we exhale, we'll begin to hinge forward, moving into our wide leg forward fold. Let your gaze follow down to the mat. The neck is long and extended. Reaching those arms up and overhead as the crown of the head reaches down toward the mat. Staying connected to that beautiful breath here. We'll take a couple more breaths. Your weight should be slightly forward here. Then taking a slight bend in the knees, lengthening back up through the spine. We'll gently lift the torso back up slowly, releasing the hands and heel-toeing the feet together. We're taking one last standing balancing posture. We'll be moving into eagle pose, Garudasana. So, standing at the top of the mat, feet just slightly apart. Inhale the arms overhead. And on the exhale, let's bend the elbows. So we've got goalpost arms here, goalpost arms. We'll lift our right arm over the left and then bring the palms or the backs of the hands together. If this is too tight for your shoulders, you can hold on to the opposite shoulder here. Either way, we're keeping the elbows at the height of the shoulders and we're keeping that 90-degree bend in the elbows. Take one inhale where you are. And with the exhale, bend your knees and sit back into your chair. Elbows stay lifted. You can lift the right leg, crossing it over the left, squeezing the thighs together. Imagine your back is pressing up against a wall behind you, so you're nice and extended here. You can keep your gaze forward and fixed, or if you'd like, you can take your gaze to your thumbs. Keep breathing here in eagle pose. Your elbows stay lifted to the height of the shoulders. Try not to let the hands come in toward the forehead. Then we'll lift and uncross that right leg and press it to the mat. Inhale, the arms unwind overhead. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, palms up. And exhale, open the arms. Inhale, both arms overhead. Exhale, bend the elbows, taking it to your goalpost arms. Then lift the left arm and cross it over the right, bringing palms or backs of hands together. Inhale, elbows to the height of the shoulders. And on the exhale, bend the knees, sit back into your chair. Lifting the left thigh and crossing it high over the right. Squeezing thighs together. If your foot wraps, or you can wrap, or you can touch the toe to the mat. Keep the gaze forward. And imagine that back is pressing against a wall behind you. Elbows stay lifted. 90-degree bend in the elbows here, so try not to let the hands come in toward the forehead. You can stay gazing forward, or if you want to test your balance, take your gaze up to those thumbs. We'll stay here for 2 more breaths. Really squeeze the thighs together for balance. Then lift and uncross the left leg. And release left foot to the mat. Inhale, unwind the arms overhead. And exhale to the heart. 1 breath in. And exhale, release. Separating feet, mat distance apart. Turning the toes out to the 45-degree angle. Hands coming back to heart center. Gazing forward. Taking 1 deep breath in. Imagine someone's pulling a string from the top of your head. And then on the exhale, begin to bend the knees. We're moving into yogi squat, malasana. Keeping spine long and extended as you bring the chest and the sitting bones down closer to the mat. Elbows coming to the inside of the thighs, pressing knees open, all 4 corners of both feet firmly on the mat. You have the option to sway back and forth here in yogi squat. You have the option, if you have a block, to bring the block under the sitting bones for a supported yogi squat. Really keeping that beautiful length in the spine here and pressing these open to open through the hips. Option, if you'd like, you can move into Bakasana, crow pose. So pressing hands to the mat, shoulder distance. If you have a block and you're new to crow pose, bring your feet to the block behind you, up onto the tippy toes. Elbows are bent like the chaturanga, gazing forward, belly in and up. Knees come to the backs of those arms and squeeze tight. You can maybe lift one toe off the mat. Imagine your belly's drawing in and up like you're in cat pose. Gazing forward in front of you. Taking your time here, but when you're ready, gently letting sitting bones find the mat. We'll extend the legs forward in front of us into staff pose, Dandasana. Pressing the hands next to the hips, shoulders drawing back, chest and heart reaching forward. Toes are flexed here in Dandasana. Then we'll gently lift our right leg, bring it to the outer edge of the mat, bending the left leg and bringing the sole of that left foot to the inner right thigh. Length up through the spine, right knee, right toes pressing up toward the ceiling. Gazing forward in front of you. Inhale the arms up. And on the exhale, we're turning gently over that right leg. Inhale and extend. And on the exhale, we'll fold forward, keeping length in the spine as you hinge. You can hold on to any part of your foot or leg here. You can use your towel and loop it around the ball of the foot or a strap. This will help you to maintain that beautiful length. And then also take a little more depth with the stretch here in Janu Shirshasana. Your forehead can gently round down toward the knee, but stay with that breath. One more breath here. And then releasing the strap, we'll gently walk to the center of the mat. Your knee and your toes of the right foot are still pointing up. We're just folding forward here in the center. Still trying to maintain as much length in the spine as you can. And then gently walking the hands back toward the hips. We'll place the left fingertips behind us and bring the right hand to the left knee. Inhale and lengthen. And on the exhale, gently turn the torso to the left. Your right leg is active and strong here. And coming back to center. We'll extend the left leg forward, so we're moving into wide leg seated. Upavishta Konasana. So spread your legs wide, toes, feet are flexed, toes and kneecaps pointing up. Then bring the hands behind the back and gently press the hips forward, taking a little bit of flesh off of those sitting bones. Nice extension in the spine here. Shoulders are back, shoulder blades drawing together, chest and heart open. You can stay right here in Upavishta Konasana, or if you'd like, you can bring the hands one at a time forward. And then just begin to walk the hands forward. This is a really intense stretch for me. Now for other people, it's not as intense. But really keep your awareness focused on those feet and legs. Try not to let the legs get compromised here just to bring the chest and heart forward. Stay with that breath. Maybe using your inhale to lift and lengthen. And maybe sinking a little deeper with the exhale. One more breath here. And slowly walking the hands back toward the sitting bones. We'll lift the left leg and bring it to the outer edge of the mat. And then bend the right leg and bring the sole of that right foot to the inner left thigh. Heel is pressing really close to that sitting bone. Left knee, left toes pointing up. Hands release to the sides of the waist, chest and heart is forward. Inhale the arms up. And on the exhale, gently turn over the left leg. Inhale, reach and extend. And on the exhale, we'll hinge forward. Again, you can grab your towel or your strap, loop it around the ball of that left foot. Lengthen up through the spine. And then gently hinge the torso forward. Staying connected to that breath. Your right foot is firmly pressing to that inner thigh. And then gently release your strap. Walk the hands to the center of the mat. And just gently hinge forward here. One more breath. And then slowly walk the hands back toward the sitting bones. Release your right fingertips behind you. Your left hand comes to the right knee. Inhale, lengthen up through the spine. And on the exhale, we're gently turning the torso. Keep that awareness on that left leg. Keep it active and strong. One more full breath. Lengthen with the inhale. And maybe you take the twist a little deeper with the exhale, then inhaling back to center slowly. Exhaling here, we'll bend our left leg and bring the soles of the feet together for bound angle pose. Options, you can hold onto your ankles here. Your heels should be drawing as close to your sitting bones as possible. Knees are gently floating to the earth. Your other option for the hand position is to interlace the hands underneath your feet and interlace fingers like you're holding a book here. Tuck the chest between the upper arms and reach the chest and heart forward. Spine is long, slight concavity in the spine. Try not to let the belly round, the spine round. Draw everything forward, keeping that beautiful length. You can stay right here, just letting knees float to the earth, or if you'd like to bring the chest and heart forward, try not to compromise length in the spine, just to fold forward. Beautiful stretch through the inner thigh. Then slowly lifting back up. Keeping the feet bound, we'll gently lower our back all the way down to the mat. Coming into reclining bound angle pose, Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring your right hand to your heart and bring your left hand to your low belly. And let's just take a few deep breaths here. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. Feeling not only the front of your body expand, but also feeling the ribs expand to the back side of the body as well. Letting whatever part of your body is touching the mat feel heavy. One more full breath here. Then reaching down for the outside of the thighs. Gently draw the knees together, soles of the feet on the mat. We'll draw the knees to the chest here. Feet are flexed. Really pull the thighs toward the chest. Shoulders and low spine stay on the mat. Opening your knees wider than the hips. Drawing the knees back toward the armpits. And then bringing the knees back together, placing your hands behind your thighs. We'll extend the legs up toward the ceiling here for active reversal pose. Feet are flexed, legs extended, pressing energy up and out through the heels. You can keep your hands on the backs of the thighs here for support, or if you'd like to open the arms out to the sides of the room with the palms up, you can point and flex the feet here. You can rotate through the ankles if that feels good, taking them in both directions. This posture can be done up against a wall, so your sitting bones are pressing against the wall, legs are flat up against the wall. This is a beautiful posture to do before bed. This helps to calm your nervous system, helps to drain the lymph, so it helps with your immune system. It's just a very beautiful way for those of us who never move into a headstand or a handstand to take an inversion. Gently bend your knees. Soles of the feet are staying up toward the ceiling. We're reaching up for whatever part of the foot you like for your happy baby. Gently drawing the knees down toward the pits of the arms, pressing the feet actively into the hands, and just really enjoying this beautiful posture. You can sway back and forth on the spine if you'd like. You can take any last movement your body's craving before we make our way into Shavasana. If shoulder stand is in your practice, you can move into that from here. But really bring your awareness to the body parts that you're aligning, so your shoulders, your hips, and your feet are all in one beautiful line and shoulder stand. Your feet are floating, which is a combination between flexing and pointing, and the body is active and strong. If you want to bring the soles of your feet together here for a reclining bound angle pose, with the feet lifted off the mat, this is a beautiful stretch. Just take any last movement you need before we make our way into our Shavasana. When you're ready, let one foot at a time find the mat. Extend your legs to the front of the room, mat distance apart. Let the toes open out to the sides of the room. Make any adjustments you need to your clothing, to your hair. If you're cold, grab your blanket or something to cover yourself. Your arms are extending down the length of the body with the palms up. And then just gently tuck the shoulder blades closer to one another. Opening through the heart and chest here. Palms are up to receive. And bring the beautiful awareness back to the breath. Whether you take regular breaths here in your Shavasana, or whether you continue with the deep belly breaths, really expanding the capacity of your beautiful lungs, creating more space for healthy tissue, maybe making them a little bit more immune to any respiratory distress. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, opening the mouth, letting the body just melt down into the mat. Inhale through the nose. And with the exhale, let your body be drawn down to the earth. Bringing the awareness over and over back to that breath. Begin to wiggle your fingers gently inviting that movement back into the body. Maybe rotating wrists and ankles. And bringing feet together at the bottom of the mat. Reaching the arms out to the sides of the room and then bringing the arms overhead. Interlacing fingers, drawing the knuckles back to the back of your mat. And pointing through the toes for one full body stretch here. Just elongating through the body, through the spine. And gently releasing the arms back to the sides. Bending one foot at a time or one knee at a time and bringing the soles of the feet to the mat. Lifting and placing that low spine on the mat. Then drawing knees to chest. You can pause here if you'd like, maybe interlacing the fingers or grabbing opposite wrists and really drawing knees to chest. Feet are flexed, low spine and shoulders are on the mat. You can open your knees wider than your hips here. You can even rock back and forth on the spine, giving your spine a little juicy massage. And when you're ready, gently release the feet and roll over to the right side of the body. This is also a beautiful posture to take before bed. You can place blankets or blocks or bolsters between the knees and the ankles, so the hips, the knees, the hips, and the feet are all parallel to one another. And just take beautiful breaths here. This right side of the body helps you to be rested and to feel safe. You can stay right here with your head resting in your hands, taking several more breaths. Or if you're ready to press back up into easy pose, Sukhasana, coming back and crossing legs in front of you. Rocking back and forth on the sitting bones, hands on the knees to start. Lengthening up through the crown of the head, shoulder blades drawing back, belly in. We'll bring hands into heart center and close the eyes. Maybe letting your thumbs press against your heart and maybe bowing forehead so third eye presses against your first fingers. Keep the shoulders drawing back, lengthen the spine. I hope you know how much your joining me means to me. These have been really hard times for all of us. And I think coming to our mats and sharing this yoga with one another is one of the best ways to keep our hearts, our minds, and our souls at peace. And at any time during your day, if you feel stress or anxiety, just come back to your breath, taking those beautiful deep inhales and exhales. We breathe naturally thousands of times during the day, but this intentional deep breath can be so calming to any anxiety or stress. Let's take 3 breaths together. Inhale through the nose. I look forward to when we can all meet again in the studio, in person, giving hugs, sharing our breaths, sharing our prana, sharing our beautiful energy with one another. Have a beautiful, beautiful Thursday. Namaste. Have a beautiful day.